She's doing it, guys. Molly is actually doing some lights. I'm going to try and get it done before dinner's ready. Currently got our dinner in the oven, so we'll have to see. These lights are just bright white lights. Nothing exciting, unfortunately. But that's fine. I don't care. Fairy lights are, in my opinion, forever. Okay, not those diamonds, not the pets, although pets are forever, but fairy lights are forever. Okay, and on that note, they are being left up all year round. Okay, even if they were multicoloured all year round, I do not care. Don't even try getting offended. Not that I'm expecting anyone to be offended by that, but yeah. Right, this is going to be interesting. I have no hooks, so what I'm going to do is use sellotape. And yes, that is underlayer wallpaper. You are correct. I don't know if it's correct, but I am not drilling holes into the wall. So I'm going to use sellotape. So if it becomes a disaster, yes, I will accept full blame. Yeah. Right, I've undone that, so let's start with these. I don't know how, if I tape it onto myself, it might make it a bit difficult though. I'm trying to think how big the lights will be. Because they're pretty big. I mean, look at that. That's quite a lot of lights. I don't know how big they are. 300. That means nothing to me, other than it's 300 lights. I don't know how big that is, but to be fair, if it said 2 meters, I wouldn't know how long that is. I'm going to assume it's longer than 2 meters though, because I'm sure I've had that for phone chargers. So it's definitely going to be longer than that. There we go. Right. We're just going to have to hope for the best. I can't decide which side to start with. I'm thinking this side, because there's less stuff plugged in. Whereas that side is my main plugs. Because that is the only other surface that I can plug stuff into. That holds stuff, because on that side it's my windowsill. So, I don't have a desk yet. Right. Got that. Got my scissors. Let's get to work. Right. This is going to be fun. You're not going to really see me. Oh, I could move this. How well can you see it? There you go. Right, that's my doorway. Yeah, that's literally where I need to go. Hello. Going to see more of my bedroom today. So I apologise for the mess. Right. So, I'm not very tall, so these aren't going to be very high up. The ones over my bed, I might be able to change, but I want them so you guys can see them when I'm filming, because it'll make that blank wall a lot more interesting, let's be honest. So, let's do this. Okay, so don't want you to get caught in it, thank you. There maybe. That'll be pretty good, won't it? Okay, right. Here we go. I end up falling. but I'm doing what I can. I'm not good at these things. So yeah, just gonna be a pain to edit, but I'm not gonna get rid of most of it, to be honest. Might keep it anyway. Alright, I have now stuck them all up. Let's see what they look like with the light on. Maybe it will look nicer. Oh, look at that. Look at these. I think there are different settings. There's a button on the plug. So let's see what it looks like with the light off. Oh boy. Oh, they're going to different ones. Yes. Let's have a little look around, shall we? Don't mind the mess. So there we go. Ooh. There you go. You can even see them in the, look there, in the reflection of the window. Not bad. So, ooh, they're going through all of the different types. That's interesting. I don't know what I'll pick. I usually pick something that doesn't flash all the time because I find it can give me a headache. So, yeah, we'll have to see. But yes, whilst you can still see me, I will see you in a bit. Bye. Do-do-do-do. Boop-doo. Advent calendar. Yeah. Gonks. Another Christmas decoration. There were 50p. And then a little bell. And I forgot. Christmas tree. Yeah. And the mug. Hello everyone, I am back. My name's Molly. If you're new here, I do book content, a mixture of Christian and non-Christian books. And yeah, that's my channel. As you can see, I have some lights. Please excuse the mess of them. I had to do it all myself, and I have to say physical stuff like that. I can't do it. I'm 4'6", and even when I'm stood on my bed, it's difficult. So yeah, excuse that. Because also here, there's some stuff that I use sellotape. I probably shouldn't. Okay, I am aware, but it's all I had. So yeah, so excuse that little area there. It basically, some of the sellotape came off the wall. So yeah, that's my life at the moment. So today I am coming at you with a tag that I was not tagged in, but it looked like fun, and it's Christmassy, or wintry Christmassy. I've heard it used both ways, so if you want it to be Christmassy, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. So yeah, the original video that I saw was by Emmy from Emmy's Bookish Life, is it? Or Ellie? I can't remember, I'm sorry. I'm kind of newly subscribed to her. But she was tagged by Anne from In Search of Wonder. She's, as far as I know, the original. Is she the original creator? I don't know. Yeah. But I'll tag both of them down below. So, I am joining in unsolicited with the winter/Christmas essentials tag. And there are 11 prompts with an extra 12, but that's to tag people. So yes, let's get started. So the first prompt is crackling fire, and this is a favourite cold character who warms up towards the end. And because well, I apparently can't do just one book, I have done two. And to be honest, I can think of three. Should I do three? I think I should do three. Because one of them... Yeah, let's just do three. Sorry. Okay, so... yes, okay. So, two of the books are Christmassy, and then one of them I thought I would also do as just a general book and book character, so it doesn't have to be a Christmassy book. So the first Christmas character is probably the most obvious one most people would think of, and that is Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, because obviously he's a cold-hearted grump. You know, he's jaded from, you know, his young adult / child life, although I think it's more from his young adult years specifically. So yeah, by the end of the book, he's a changed man, thanks to the three ghosts. Yeah, three ghosts. So yes, he's number one. Book number two, that is also Christmassy, and is a new one for me. It's actually one I just read. Is A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews, and this is specifically for the male character. What's his name? Yes, Edward Sharp. Now to be fair, he kind of starts warming up near the start, but it's mainly because at the start he is following a book on how to court a lady as a gentleman, and so basically it's telling him to be distant and not talk or relate to the person you're dating or courting. So he comes across as quite cold and unfeeling, and so basically the relationship, they end up being in forced proximity. He goes to a holiday at her, how is it? I mean, it'll be the big houses, so like a manor house, I don't really know. Those sort of really big houses that a lot of rich or rich-ish people have. And so yeah, they basically get to know each other, and well, they warm up to each other really. But it's more specifically the guy, really, because he is specifically quite cold and stoic. So yeah, this is my second choice, especially this one for the male main character. Not that I don't like Scrooge. Certainly, you know, once he becomes nicer. So yes, I've kind of forgotten where I'm up to. Basically, he warms up. Oh yes, that's what I was going to say. I love the male main character in this more. Scrooge I like, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's my favourite, but I do love the arc of his character, you know, how he changes. So I do love that. And I certainly love watching, you know, the Christmas Carol films, especially the Muppets one. So, you know, I think that kind of counts, ish. But yeah, especially that one. The candle gaslight one. And the last favourite character is from Anne of Green Gables. Now, I've picked the third one, that's what this one is, Anne of the Island, but specifically it's in the first one, the original Anne of Green Gables, and this is for the character Marilla, who becomes the adoptive mum aunt to Anne, because she's kind of not cold, but she, again, kind of distant, kind of like the male main character in Holiday by Gaslight. And, you know, for whatever reason and stuff like that. But, you know, over the years, she warms up to Anne and, you know, she loves her, you know, she's like a daughter to her and stuff. So I thought I'd pick Marilla. So, yeah, and that was my choice. I also love Marilla, and I just love her relationship with Anne and their relationship together, and obviously with Marilla's brother as well, whose name I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I do love them. So 2 is Snowflakes, and this is a book that is full of unique characters. Yeah, I would say, and this is a book I'll use with another prompt as well, and I would say the characters in the book Murder Most Royal, which is a Her Majesty the Queen Investigates series, and Murder Most Royal is the third book. It's the one I've recently read, so you'll see that in an upcoming December wrap-up. And I'll put that in because there's lots of unique characters, because you've got characters from the royal family, either real or / made up as well, maybe, I'm not sure. Certainly some are certainly real, because some of them are like, you know, Prince Harry and all of that lot. And then there's also other characters who aren't in the royal family but in the local area, and there's lots of like unique characters in that, personalities, unique viewpoints, and unique and different ways of life, certainly unique to each other anyway. Like there's characters who enjoy going into, you know, fresh river swimming or whatever it's called, so they go in even in the winter and they like to swim, stuff like that. There's lots of unique characters there basically anyway. 3. Gingerbread Family. Which fictional family would you want to be a part of? And I have to say this too. One of them beats it, but I just have to say 2. So one of them is a repeat, and that is Anne's family. I just love them. I love the area they're living in, the way of life. I mean, it wouldn't be very good for me, being physically disabled. Probably not ideal living, you know, having to do a lot of physical stuff, but I could do some, so I can certainly help out, you know, do my bit. But yeah, it's definitely here in the world of Anne of Green Gables. But also the March, like the month, the March family from Little Women. I just love their relationships. I would not love some of the life experiences, shall we say. I'm sure you all know what it is. In fact, it happens in this book, Good Wives, with a beloved character. So certainly this family, I also love how they weave faith into their lives and how they've been brought up. I've never had that experience myself. I grew up in an atheist household, basically. My dad used to be agnostic, but it wasn't, no actual faith. other than my grandma and my grandpa as well, but more my grandma because I was around her the most, really, despite the fact they lived together. My grandpa was kind of on the background sort of thing. So I did have that sort of influence as a child, but it wasn't a massive influence. You know, it's not like she, you know, we read the Bible together or something, or like, it was more as I got older, you know, stories, you know, about her experiences that she went through, spiritual ones. And I did try going to church for a few weeks as a really young child to see what it was like. And then I would help out at like church fairs, like Christmas fairs and stuff like that. So I did have some Christian values in my life, but it was more, you know, Christian morals, you know, like try not to lie, you know, don't kill, stuff like that. So I never really knew what it was like to grow up in an actual Christian home. Obviously it does vary, and obviously this is set in the past, so again that will have an impact. But yeah, it would be lovely to experience the March family. So yeah, I would say them. Also, do you want to see my new mug? It is so cute. Look at it. This is literally what I would call a Christmas card as a mug. It is so cute. Let's bring it up a bit there. There you go. There's the front door. Trying to do this without spilling any of my drink. It's a little Christmas tree. And then at the back, it's an extra special mug, this. At the back, it has a little cup, a little hole for your biscuits. I love that. Haven't done that yet, but we'll get there. And then to show you the other side has a little snowman. There he is. And there's also a robin. I love it. I've got hot chocolate in this. I'm not going to show you because it's full. But it also had a few marshmallows in it. I know, miniature ones. So yeah, let's give it a taste. Still good. Oh, I love good hot chocolate. Okay. Now that we've had our hot chocolate break, let's get back to the rest of the prompts. So, prompt number 4. Blizzard. A book that had you confused the whole time. And this is what I'm using, a repeat offender, shall we say. And that is the Murder Most Royal book, where the Queen investigates mysteries or murders, etc. Mainly because I found the mystery element was difficult to follow. I found the clues were quite vague. Like, I wouldn't really understand them until they were started to be explained. So I don't know whether that's because it's quite a high brain sort of mystery and that's why, or whether it was just badly written. I don't know, but it's my first book by the author. I didn't say the author originally. The author is S.J. Bennett. And yeah, I read the whole book. But yeah, I did guess who it was, so it wasn't that hard. I just didn't understand the process of the clues they were trying to find and found and stuff like that. I just didn't understand all of that. But yeah, so that's the one I would say for being confused. 5. Gift giving. The last book that was gifted to you. Now, obviously, I'm saying this before Christmas, so I can't give you an accurate Christmas season gift. And what I'm doing is I'm being good. I'm not including books that I've bought for myself. So, yeah. Now, I don't know if this was the last gift I opened because I got a whole bunch of gifts of books from my uncle for my birthday. So I kind of got them all at the same time in that respect, if you know what I mean. So I thought I would pick the one that I could easily get to, because at the moment they're all in the bag still because I don't have anywhere to put them yet. And this is certainly one of the books that he got at the time, and that is the first book in the Freddie and Grace series, and by Pepper Basham. This is the Mistletoe Countess. As you can see, I am currently making my way through it. I don't normally tab, but I am actually unexpectedly, kind of short notice, buddy reading this with Em from Em's Books Are Everywhere. I'll link her below. She's lovely. I've only just started watching her videos, but I really like them. She's doing vlog/bookmas, and just to let you know, most of her videos are really short, so if you don't want to watch long vlogmas, bookmas style stuff, I'll definitely recommend her. She also seems lovely. She's got a lovely cat, so if you like cats, I would definitely, give her a follow. He does make an appearance at times, but yeah. So yeah, this is the last book that was gifted to me. 6. Snowball, the biggest book you've ever read. Now, I don't really know, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to count the Bible, but page count wise, that is the biggest book I've read. But I'm going to stick to your typical fiction book instead, and I don't really know without digging around and looking at all the pages, and I can't be bothered. But I do know that one of the longest books I've ever read is Dracul by Dacre Stoker and J.D. Barker, I think is his name. Can't remember now. I would bring it out, because I can technically get to it, but it's under a pile of books. It's right at the bottom. So, and it's like under like shelves and all of this. Just, it's a faff. So I'm not going to get it out physically. But I'll put a picture up. I think I'll put them up around here, I think. So, yeah. Either way, I would say that's the longest book, certainly recently. Again, not including the Bible. So, yeah. Prompt 7. Wrapping paper. Your most beat up book. Now, this is a book that I own. There is a book that is more beat up than this that I have read, but that was my grandma's, and I have given it back to her, so I'm not counting that. But the most beat up book I have is this one, and it's mainly this. As you can see, the book cover is coming off, and the pages, there's like gaps, as you can see, they're kind of coming off. I don't think any of the pages are coming apart. I don't think there's any that have actually come out. Oh, there is. Okay, there's at least one page. But yes. Yeah, it's this one. And this is called Alice or the Mysteries. Like, that's the title. And this is a book by Lord Lytton. Now, I've never read any of these. I don't know who the author is. But as you can see, I got this at a charity shop for £4, and now normally that would be quite expensive, but these are quite old, and obviously, as you can tell, it's quite an old book. So I thought I would pick it up, because also I loved the very small amounts of illustrations in this. I'm trying to see if I can find it, because it's gorgeous. There we go. So there's a lovely illustration here right at the beginning, which I loved. And also I just really loved the opening paragraph. It's definitely one of those sort of kind of like your Regency romance style ones. I don't know if it's Regency, but yeah, basically that's what this is. Sort of like a romance sort of book. And yeah, it was just the description of the nature, and I'm actually tempted to read it to you. Oh, go on, why not? So this is chapter 1, and this is just the opening paragraph. It was towards the evening of a day in early April that two ladies were seated by the open windows of a cottage in Devonshire. Oh yeah, this is set in England, by the way. The lawn before them was gay with evergreens, relieved by the first few flowers and fresh turf of the reviving spring. And at a distance, through an opening amongst the trees, the sea, blue and tranquil, bounded the view, and contrasted the more confined and home-like features of the scene. It was a spot, remote, sequestered, shut out from the business and pleasures of the world. As such, it suited the tastes and character of the owner. So yeah, I just thought it was a beautiful opening, and I could really envision the spring nature and weather. I could imagine the scenery, and so yeah, I wanted to buy it and read it, and I have read it, and it was good. It was what you expect from a romance and period romance. It's full of drama and twists and turns, certainly, but not in the same way of an actual mystery, although there is a sort of mystery throughout. It is actually like a sequel, or maybe even, I think it's a sequel to a book. And I didn't know that. Did I know it at the end? I can't remember. Either I looked it up or it was at the end of the book, when it talks about other books by the authors or whatever. And I found out it's actually part of a series or something like that. Not one I've heard of. But to be honest, I thought the mystery that is related to the first book actually added to the experience. I found it didn't really affect anything because it was mainly basically towards the end, and at that point you figure it out as well anyway, so you don't really need to know the first book basically. So yeah, I enjoyed it, for what it was. So prompt number 8 is Christmas Lights, a book you own with a cover of many colours. Now, I could have a few books for that, but I thought I would pick one because one came to mind specifically. That I was like, oh, I think that has a lot of colours. And I checked and it does, so I thought I would go for this. And this is a book I've not read, but I've heard a booktuber talk about. Alexandra Rosalind, she's a mainstream booktuber here on YouTube. And it sounded really good. It reminded me of the series Loki on Disney Plus for some reason. I think it's more because of the whole Ministry of Time thing, which is a theme in that series, as well as an actual thing. So yeah, I think that's why. And as I kind of spoiled, this book is called The Ministry of Time. Or is it 2? Yeah, of Time. And as you can see, there's a lot of different colours. And I would say that this is a cover of many colours. Now, I am aware the background is all basically one colour, but it still counts. The title's still on the cover, so yeah. It's just a dust jacket that's colourful, although the actual hardback is red, but it's not many colours. So, yeah. That's the book that I picked for prompt number 8. Okay. 9. Ice Skating. A book with a plot that was all over the place. And I could say the Murder Most Royal book, but I have already said that. So I'm going to choose a different one. Although that So that is like, an extra. But I would also say Dracul, which I have previously mentioned as well. Not because I found it confusing in that way, but it was like kind of had different timelines leading up to then their present day afterwards for the rest of the book. Like the last third or quarter or something. So I would say that because it also kind of jumps around talking about one of the vampire characters and her background, stuff like that. So I think I would say that counts, but I wouldn't say it was confusing, at least not for me, because it was kind of led up and like it was written as diary entry, so it would say when this was, stuff like that. So I would say that as my official answer anyway. So yeah. 10. Christmas tree. Your favourite character of all time. And honestly, I don't have any really. I think the nearest is Anne from Anne of Green Gables. But I never really have favourites of all times, because I find things like that can change as you grow older or as you have different experiences. It can change depending on the season of life that you're going through at the time, so yeah, that's why I wouldn't really pick one. But if I had to pick one, I would probably say Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Yeah. 11. The Star. A book you look forward to rereading each year. And I have to say, I don't have one, but I definitely think, well, although I am going to reread A Christmas Carol, but not necessarily because I want to necessarily reread it, although it's a short book, so I don't mind rereading it, and I enjoyed it. But there's definitely a contender for a book I might reread every year, and that is A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews. I think this is definitely a contender for me to reread, because like A Christmas Carol, it's really short, and I just loved reading it. I thought it was a really sweet romance. It was swoony, it was clean as well, by the way. It's a clean fiction. So, yeah, this is definitely a contender. But otherwise, I tend not to reread books because there's just so many books in so little time. So it would take a lot for me to want to reread something. I would have to really want to, or at the very least, it would have to tempt me because it's a short book or something. So yeah, I would definitely say Holiday by Gaslight is a contender for a reread each year. So yeah. And the final prompt 12, is snowball fight. Tag 5 people. Now, I'm not going to actually tag 5 people, mainly because of the busy time of year we're in with Christmas. Now, obviously, because it's winter, you could always do it after the Christmas season, but I don't want to make people feel pressured because I've tagged them and it's before Christmas. And the fact that you can have it as a Christmas one because they're very Christmassy, the prompts. Certainly, the titles of them, like Christmas tree. Literally Christmas in the title. So, yeah. So I'm not going to specifically tag anyone. However, if anyone wants to join this tag, please, film the video and upload it. Or do it in the comments if you don't want to film it, or pick one or two prompts or whatever. If there's particular ones that stand out to you, you can write those in the comments. Whatever you want to do and are comfortable with. Because yeah, I don't want to tag people. It's already a busy time of year. I'm already late filming this because it's such a busy time of year. It's currently, I don't know what the time is. What is the time? Yeah. So it's currently 20 past 12 at night. I started this on Friday, so technically now it's Saturday. So I normally try and film on a Thursday and edit Friday, so then it's uploaded on Saturday morning. It's unlikely I'm going to edit this tonight, although it's possible that I could. So yes, yeah. Basically a cousin wanted to come over and visit, you know, just for like an hour or so, yesterday when I could have been here filming. So, you know, it's fine. It's the way it goes. And it was lovely to see the cousin, second cousin for me. So he's a lot older. He's 60, I think. So yeah, it was nice to see him. And yeah, that's why this is going to be up late. Yeah, that is it. Got nothing else to tell you. Yeah, that was the tag. If you want to join in, please do. I always forget to say this, but if you liked watching this video, please do press the like button. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and click notification bell if you want to be notified. And you know, leave a comment down below, you know, if you want to answer any of these questions, or you know, say something else, you know, that you liked it or didn't like it, whatever. Just obviously, you know, please be nice and respectful, you know. If you've got something you don't like, make it a constructive criticism sort of thing. You know, but yeah, not that I've had anything like that so far, which is very nice, but obviously I'm very new, so there's loads of negative comments to come, I can imagine. So on that note, I will leave you. I pray God blesses you this weekend, that you have, you know, you're not too stressed this weekend or this week or next week. I know it often is a stressful time, so I can understand if you are, but yeah, you know, definitely pray to God about it, you know, lean on him if you're stressed, and I know I do that. Not all the time though, I could do better, but yeah. So yeah, yeah. I will see you in my next video. Bye.